Hey pool players, my name is Drew. I've been playing pool for over 10 years and I created this channel to try and take the advice and perspective that high-level players have given to me over the years and pass them down to you. Here I am to bring you full APA matches with commentary, good, bad, or indifferent, and take some shots, maybe some racks, maybe some moments, and break them down with you after the fact. So if you're not an APA 7 yet and you're looking for new ways, maybe a different perspective on your game, then hop in. Let's take a look at a couple moments I pulled out of one of our real APA matches from my team. Okay, pool players, let's take a look at the first shot we have here. This is a shot mid-match with Ron and JP. They're both skill level 5s. Ron's solids in this case. Ron's my teammate. I called a timeout at this point, and I just wanted to take a moment to kind of illustrate what I was looking at on this shot and see if you can find it useful. So he's shooting solids, like I said. For the record, this is the 4 ball. This is the 8 ball. He's shooting at the 5. And this is why I intervened. Let's look at the potting line. We'll use white to make the 5 ball in the side. Very thin cut. And then likely what the outcome would look like, something like this. Now when you're perpendicular to the rail like this, and you're gonna go straight into the rail, left and right spin can do a lot for you. I won't really get into that here. If I have a really difficult shot, I typically don't really try to use any spin. But for argument's sake, we'll call this our tangent line, and likely end up somewhere in this region. If you hit it soft, which you probably should, shooting a thin cut like that. Now, let's take a few steps back and let me show you what I'm looking at when I see this layout. So first things first, on an 8-ball game, end game like this, when the opponent has 1 or 2 balls left, I'm always looking at two-way shots. Now, a two-way shot, if you're not familiar with, is a shot where you can either make the ball, but if you miss, you leave them safe. So you either end up with a made ball and continue, or you end up with a safe. So safety-wise, what you don't want to do is pretty much leave the cue ball anywhere past this line over here. If you leave it over in this zone, there's a very good chance he's going to have a good shot on that 14 ball, and at 5 speeds, likely going to get out. So when I look at this shot that he was about to take, and he wanted to end up somewhere in this zone, sure, have a great shot on this 4 ball, but you're likely going to sell out, and I didn't want him to feel that defeat after taking such a hard shot. So this is what I offered, and another shot that I'm looking at this 4 ball. It can either cut here or cut here. If we take it down here, looking at a tangent line, let's make the potting angle. Tangent line probably comes this way. Now, you can use top and bottom spin to try and change that. Again, a shot like this, that's not too difficult a shot. You could probably get away with using some top or bottom to control things. You're going to kind of end up in the same spot where, if we go back, you're going to end up in this zone that I said I would try and stay out of as best I can. Furthermore, you're likely going to not have a great shot on this 5 ball anyway. It's going to be for nothing. So let's look. If you come off of this rail, if you control it, you could maybe end up here, but most likely your real spot to land is probably going to be somewhere along that line if we run that line out further. Let's run that line out further. Something like this. And you might end up in the same spot, if not thinner than where you are now to make this 5 ball. So let's look at the other shot. This shot. Cut it here. Let's look at the tangent line. The tangent line, I'll start by just going like this, something like this. So first thing you want to look at anytime you're shooting, cutting a ball on the side, you want to make sure you do not scratch. That is what a guy on YouTube, FX Billiards, shout out, he calls it, I don't know if he coined this term or not, America's favorite scratch shot, which we've been saying constantly in league because you know this shot comes up all the time. We've been saying AFS. In this case, looking down at this, I don't think it goes there at all, and that's kind of what I'm offering to him in case he was worried that it was going to end up over there. If we extend it to where it's going to go, I told him it's going to hit probably this first diamond, nowhere near the pocket. And if you extend that and you go into that pocket and back, you're only heading towards the 5 ball in a nice line. So you'll leave a nice line for you'll have a nice line for that 5 ball, and you won't be in this zone that I keep saying I don't want you to land in. You can land, if you end up right here somewhere on this, sure, can he make that 14 ball? Totally makeable shot. But when you take these two-way shots at the end of the game, that's what's going to make the difference, because if he misses that 14 ball, you could very well have a much better shot. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. So this would be the ideal angle, and I told him you land here, you're going to have a good shot on the 5 ball. Something like this. And all you got to do is just roll it or stop it, and you're going to have a good eye at this 8 ball anywhere around here. Now let's take a look and see how this unfolded. All right, here's me finishing my timeout. We'll see if this works out. Here he is lining that up. So I told him he would not scratch. I want to say he might not have believed me. He says he does, but it seems like he hit that soft enough just in case he didn't end up on AFS favorite videos. Okay, so he's got, just like I said, he took that line. He's got a good shot on this 5 ball. Now you're kind of in a do or die moment, because if he misses this 5 ball, very low chance that he's not going to leave JP a nice shot on that 14 ball. He's taking his time on the shot. Boom. Hit it a little firm, left himself a little hard on the 8, but when it's the 8 ball, you just got to make it. Maybe roll it up a little soft, end up on that short rail with the cue ball, leave them nice and long if you miss, and that's that. And that's the first time out breakdown I'm going to have for you guys here. Just like that, game's won, in the bag, mark it up. Hopefully this helps. I plan on doing some other videos like this as well. I'm going to start ending this one here. A couple more shots I want to look at in this rack, but we'll end it here for this one. Let me know if this is something you guys like. I'm still trying to work out the kinks as far as putting videos together and editing and all that sort of thing. I've never done this sort of thing before. Kind of upgrading the equipment as I go here. So sorry if the mic sounds a little bad. But yeah, just like that. Take this to the table and you'll end up in the same position he is right now. Oof.